I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather...
Hello racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Wednesday, August 28th races at Hastings Racecourse. We have 8 races on tap, afternoon card. Things get underway at 1:50.
This is our last Wednesday, of course. It's the second week of the P&E, so we run Wednesday afternoon and then Friday evening, and that will be our last Friday, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah,
that's our last Friday of the season.
Yep.
And then we're back again on Monday for the
Labor Day
racing card. That'll be a good card, too. They do have a good card for the Wednesday. 8 races, as Mike mentioned, on tap. First of all, though, we're going to look back. Last Friday, we had both ends of the CTHS Sales Stakes, the 2-year-old division. The first one we're going to look at is the boys. We'll look at the girls' end on our show for Friday. But today we're going to look at the boys' end, which was run as the 4th race on Friday night. Field of 5.
5, yeah, just 5 of them.
Yep.
Here they go.
The horse to keep an eye on here is number 5, and all that it means. He was a heavy favorite in this race, bet down to 30 cents on the dollar. Scott Williams is aboard, and he goes with the 1-horse, Grove Trotter. And
they go a tad quick.
This is kind of where the race is won and lost. They are going very fast, Grove Trotter and all that it means, out there together. They set up a 22 flat. The way the race has been running, that isn't the killer part. The killer part is the
next quarter.
The next quarter, the 44.
44 and change. And the eventual winner's last right now down the inside. The 2-horse, Never a Better Cause.
Yeah.
Of course, getting a nice trip in 3rd is Shing and Sky. Majestic Mark is just way at the back of the pack, just on the outside of Never a Better Cause.
Yeah, Grove Trotter's had enough.
Yeah, Grove Trotter's gone. And all that means opens up here 44 and 4 for the opening half, and you think maybe he's gone, but it does catch up with horses. So.
Yeah, it does. It's just too much to do, and you can see, especially when they turn for home here, he does kind of start to open stride. Scott looks like he knows he's in trouble. He's going to the whip, trying to hang on, and here comes Never a Better Because. It should be noted that Pat Jarvis's horses have been running extremely well lately.
On a roll.
And this one comes up late to win, kind of going away as...
Very exciting. 3 almost got second to Majestic Mark for the fellow cellists. But yes, congratulations to Dr. Ryan Anderson and
Pat Jarvis, Frank Fuentes.
And nice win for Cause.
It does set up a very interesting race again in the Futurity, which is coming up in a couple weeks. Be interested to see what happens there and all that it means if they can gear him down a little bit. Never Better Because is going to be coming after him again. It sets up for another good race coming up.
Nice horses top of the 2-year-old colt division. Let's get into the Wednesday program. We'll start off with race number 1, Fillies and Mares, 5,000 claimers. Got a field of 8, or 7, pardon me, going the 6.5 furlong trip. I've gone to the 1-horse El Ciervo. I'm going to try her again. I didn't pick her last time, but she did impress me. She broke well from the rail. She just has to pay the penalty for winning. She has to pack 4 more pounds, and she's got 124. But I think she may be good enough. I don't see a pile of speed in here at all. I don't see We Are One or Remarkably Free really putting big pressure. I guess maybe Century Union on the outside could flash some speed, but I think El Ciervo is in a garden spot down on the inside, and I'm going to try her to repeat. I put Century Union in for second on the class drop. Was running in conditional $4,000 claimers, but then jumped up to 15 grand and wasn't disgraced at all. Finished, I believe, just ahead of El Ciervo. They were both in the same race that day, but she's been off for a while, and El Ciervo's coming off a good race, and I like to stick with mares at this time of year that are in form and that are coming off of good races rather than off of layoffs. So I went 1-7, and I put the 2-horse Remarkably Free as an honest mare in for third. 1-7-2.
Yeah, those are your 2 horses. I put Century Union on top. It has been a while since she ran. They've had problems getting her in. I know they've had her entered in a few different spots. The races didn't go, and they finally just decided, let's just run her for this $5,000 tag. She has been off for a while, but she's been training very well. Her works are good, so I'm going to go with Century Union on top. El Ciervo, the reasons you mentioned, those are the 2 horses in here. I got her in second spot. I couldn't decide. There's a few you can make an argument for here in third spot. Golden Ratio, Rainbows in the Wood, Remarkably Free. I landed on Remarkably Free because of her record this year, 5 starts and 2 wins, so I got her in third spot as well. I got 7, 1, and 2. Just flip-flop Mike's top 2. On to the second race, 2-year-old boys, maiden special weight, maiden optional 30. I've gone to the rail here, Brother Chunky. He was a expensive yearling purchase, and his race in the 3.5 distance, his first race, was better than it looks on form. I thought he was galloping out very well after that. He's not the kind of horse that's going to want to go 3.5. I think now you stretch out to 6.5. I think he's a very nice young colt, and I think he's going to win this. The second spot, I have Burnaby Baron, another one who was up near the lead, his first start. got a little tired late. I think he's going to get a lot out of that. He could improve. I wouldn't be surprised to see him win it either. Burnaby Baron for Praven Sorensen and Phil Hall. And in the third spot, I can make a case for a few of these, Devon Way and whatnot. I went with Off the Top. He's got the race under his belt. He's got great breeding with Rosberg, who we all know Rosberg's are really starting to run here at Hastings Park. He's cutting himself out to be one of the leading stallions in the province. And of course, out of the great mare Sophie J, I'll give him another top. I got 1, 6, and 2.
Yeah, I went to the 3-horse Devon Way. I like both the horses coming out of the Majestic Mark, Never a Better Cause race. As you just watched, Never a Better Cause win the CTHS sales stake. I thought Devon Way ran well. This horse was under severe pressure through most of the race. Fended off all challengers. Majestic Mark came from off the pace, and so did Never a Better Cause to nail him for the place spot. But he ended up third. I thought it was a good race, his first run on Lasix. I don't see any speed in the race. I think Devon Way is going to get things pretty cheap on the head end, and I think he'll be tough to beat. I put Burnaby Baron in for second. It was just his first lifetime start. I think he has tons of room to improve. He was out there fighting after a tardy beginning, and he lasted about 5.5 furlongs before getting completely exhausted, but I think the race will serve him a lot of good. I think he's eligible to improve. And I was between the 1 and 2. They're both well-bred for the third spot. They both just got races under their belts going 3.5. That's not the distance they want to run. But I went to Off the Top for third out of the mare Sophie J. She's come back to work in a minute and change in a 1:02. So that maybe swayed me to take the 2 Off the Top for third, but I went 3, 6, and 2. On to the third race, $8,000 older horses going 6.5 furlongs. So I'm going to go to Cabo Chico again. I'm going to try and get this horse 1 win this year at Hastings, but
you have.
I think I've taken him every time.
I think every start.
Got beat by Ray. I don't know where Raising Memo come up with. I have no idea where Raising Memo come up with that race. Just was laboring behind horses that he should beat. Country Kid, and mind you, he was returning to a sprint and was freshened up, but maybe that's what helped Raising Memo. But Cabo Chico had no excuses that day, just got overrun. But still, got hooked the whole way. They went 16 and change, but I don't see a pile of speed in here. I think he can hold off the 4 Ark Hill, who's in good form, and I put the 7 horse in the third spot, Funny Face, who's been very popular at the claim box.
Yes,
so this horse doesn't go back to the same barn he lives in for his last 5 starts. He must be a little confused. He keeps going to a different house after his race each time, but still continues to run good races. 2, 4, 7. I think Cabo Chico's speed makes him very dangerous.
Well, I'm worried about Cabo Chico and Pacal hooking up earlier. I just didn't see
Pacal showing speed his last 2 starts.
His last 2 starts he haven't
lost it. I don't know
but
why.
He's been up higher.
But he can show speed.
So,
You're right.
So I'm thinking for this lower price, I can see, especially with Fuentes on. Fuentes likes to go to the lead, and Reyes on Cabo Chico. I can see those 2 hooking up. I think those are 2 of the better horses in the race. Because of that, I went with Arkil on top, number 4. He's a good closer. He's on a roll. He's on a very strong year. 6 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds. The second spot, I put Raising Memo, another one who's going to be coming late. And the third spot, Funny Face, another horse who's going to be coming late. I see the 2 and the 6 just burning each other out, and that's why I went with all closers. I went 4, 5, and 7 in the third race. On to the fourth. Let's get through all these forms here. On to the fourth. 3-year-olds and up claiming 4,000. Non-winners of 3 lifetime going a mile and 16th. And I'm going to go to the horse who just ran second in this race. Ran a good second last time. Sorry, I'm on the wrong one. I was on the non-2. I was thinking, this is the non-3. I'm going with Ray's Reno. He's going to be very much a favorite in here. He ran in the endurance race on BC Cup Day. Ran into Tommy Danziger, Roses for Ben. A very tough race, wide open race. Now he drops into a conditional non-3 4,000 where he looks like absolutely the class of the race. At a very short price, I'm betting Ray's Reno will get there. The second spot I put Chapel Boy. Good run last time, just got nosed by Halo's Crest. In the same category, was coming late and just missed, but he definitely fits in here. And we should pass on our best wishes to trainer Harold Barabee, who had heart surgery yesterday. I talked to his son Trapper Barabee today. Everything seems to have gone well. He's feeling good. He'll be out of the hospital a couple days. Everything was a success. Get better soon, Harold. And the third spot, I put Follow My Orders. Hard knocking little horse at this level. Just ran third last time in that same Halo's Quest Chapel Boy race. He figures to be closing late, but I think Ray's Reno is going to be long gone. I got 4, 2, and 6.
Yeah, I've got the same 3 horses, Drew. I just flip-flopped the second and third horses. I like Ray's Reno to win it. It looks like he's going to get the lead. When he gets the lead, he's pretty tough. And he ran game last time against far superior competition. Tommy Danziger, Roses for Ben, and Gypsy Magic. So I just don't see anyone to go with him. He's going to get the lead. It's his race to win or lose. I think he wins at a short price. I put the 6 Follow My Orders in for second. Big rider change here, and also a horse that was really taken out of his running style last time. Or he went some pretty fast fractions, and I know it cost him as Chapel Boy beat him for second.
Yeah.
But so this horse was out fighting in fractions that he normally is tracking, and it was just a different race for him. So I'm going to give him another shot, and I put Chapel Boy, of course, in for third. I went 4, 6, and 2. On to the 5th race. Some 2-year-old fillies for you here. Maiden allowance types, got a full field of 10. Went 6.5 furlongs. I landed on the 8 Copper City for Rosie Anderson and the Wheeldon Thoroughbreds. I thought a better than looked effort from the rail, going 3.5 furlongs in her lone start. She's come back with a series of excellent works, goes on Lasix, well-bred daughter of City Zep, and I think there's a lot of upside here. This horse should run very well. I like Copper City. I put the 4 Battling Brook in for second. Had the unenviable task of trying to chase Arabella's Muse, who is an absolute freak. This horse went crazy in 109 and change, 116. And Aaron tried to seize an opportunity at 3/8 pole as Arabella's Muse drifted off the rail, tried to go through on the inside, and kind of used her a little early, but she never did get up in there because this horse was just, just fun and
floating away from them.
But just my point being, this horse had to put in a couple of early moves, and that's why she flattened out and ended up being 5th. But I think she'll rebound with a better effort. And the 2-horse Bubbly on Ice, I throw that one in for third. This horse didn't get away well at all. It was 7 or 8 lengths behind the field early. Made a good run late, and better than looked. It looks like she wasn't involved at all, but I thought she ran a better than looked race, and probably needed the effort, and she might be a little bit sharper early and be in contention. But I went 8, 4, and 2 in the 5th.
I agree with the 8. Copper City been training very well. Rosie Anderson's record this year speaks for itself. And as you mentioned, on the rail, going 3.5, she's not going to be a 3.5 horse. And I know she's been working really well coming into this. So I see her being the horse to beat. I put Flatter You out of the 1 hole. A mare a filly, I should say, that's been improving, a well-bred little filly. And she was in that same Arabella's Muse race last time, and seemed to run a little bit more, be running on at the end.
She did 10 hole that day.
Yeah, she was out wide, and she did get past late for second, but I thought she showed a lot more, and is starting to live up to a little bit the potential they thought she had. And a 3rd spot, Battling Brook, the reasons you mentioned, this is going to be an easier race for her, not trying to attack
no
Arabella's Muse. So I went 8, 1, and 4 in the 5th. On to the 6th race, 3-year-olds and up claiming 4,000 non-winners of the year. I've gone to the 4 One Zone Accord. He was claimed about 6 weeks ago. Been off for a little while, but he's back in the barn of Monica Russell, who had a lot of success with this horse earlier. She claimed him for 7,500. Weights, I know he had a few little problems. She thinks she's got him in the right spot now. Put him down at the bottom for his return, and I think that makes him dangerous. And here I got him on top. I got Joy of the Lord in the 2nd spot for trainer Brent Bremner. Comes out of a tough race, gets Arkhill, Funny Face, Ice Rules. These ones are much softer. He's going to like his competition here much more than what he's been facing. And the 3rd spot I put Dynastrol. Was a heavy favorite last time. Only got beat a length and a quarter, but he fits well in this spot. Amadeo Perez takes over for Enrique Gonzalez. I got 6, 5, and 7.
Yeah, I went to Joy of the Lord to win it. This horse was really put into an early drive last time. If you watch the replay, this horse trying to put away, I think it was Swiss Arrogant was the horse that was out on the lead. Was trying to put it away really early in the race. And it took its toll late, the last 1/8 of the mile. This horse came up empty. I think Robert Skelly will be a little quieter on this horse and settle off of Canucks Roar. And I think just a little easier pace trip, because it doesn't look like there's much speed in here. So I think the horse will get a good trip. That's why I like Joy of the Lord. I put the 7-horse Dynastrol, as you mentioned, a good third last time to Dog Rock and Nowak. Going to likely sit in the 3 path, which is a good spot for this horse. He doesn't like being on the inside. The 3 path is where Dynastrol wants to be, and I think this horse will do well under Amadeo Perez. And I put the 3-point play in for third. Horse that ran no luck with the fractions last time. It was really slow, and the speed ran on, and just was an unfortunate trip for him. But I think there could be a little bit more pace. I think he's good as anything else for third, is what I'm saying. He's a horse that's he's had 3 good runs here at Hastings, and I just think you can't leave him off the triactor ticket. I went 5, 7, and 3, but I do like Joy of the Lord quite a bit. On to the 7th race, 17.5 claimers going on the 16th. Good group here. I had a lot of trouble with this race.
This is a good race.
I ended up on the 3 Bear Rock and Roll solely because anytime he's been in for 15 or 17.5, he's on the money.
Yeah.
He's been running for 25 all year and been doing quite well. But remember last year when he was in for 15, he was money, and he doesn't need the lead anymore. He used to be a need the lead type, but he's pretty versatile. Alex Marty's gotten to know him very well, and I like Bear Rock and Roll to win it on the class drop. Put the 7-horse Briardick County in for second. Good runner-up effort to Ganbay last time. Fractions are just a little too hot for him. I don't think the fractions are going to be anywhere near as suicidal as they were last time. And I put the 5 Talkich Charm. I really don't have any excuse for him. Something must have went amiss, but Aaron Greider's a perfect 2 for 2 on the horse. Going to go without the blinker. Is going to try something different. So maybe it wasn't physical. It must have been something. I'm not sure exactly what could have happened, but the blinkers are off, and this horse is right back in after being eased. But I put him in for third. He's an eligible horse. Blade Scuffler's live.
Yeah.
This horse is in good form. This horse can make the jump up this high, so don't throw him out either. But I went 3, 7, and 5. I like Bear Rock and Roll.
I went on the 2 Gamby to repeat here. I think going long at this level, he's going to always be dangerous here. He's a versatile kind of horse who can lay closer if it's slower up front.
The only way I left him off because of the pace scenario.
The pace scenario.
I just don't see a pace.
But I could see Reyes keeping him a little bit closer if it is slow, and he's got a nice move. I like Gamby when he's at this level, and especially going long. I put Talkich Charm, as you mentioned. I just throw out the last race. Before that, he was on a roll, doing very well, 1 for 25. Jumped up to an allowance race. Maybe just got a little too far out of it, got disinterested, and he pulled him up. Now he drops back in for 17.5. I think he's very live in here. At third spot, Bear Rock and Roll, your top pick. The reasons you mentioned, 17.5 levels suits him very well. He'll be tough. I got 2, 5, and 3. On to the nightcap. Fillies and Mares claiming 5,000 non-winners of the year. And I've gone to the 7, Scopa. It's going long, I should mention, and Scopa is very dangerous going long. Had absolutely no pace to run at last time. A 25-1, a 48-4, set by Camino.
Still almost won.
And she still almost got there going that slow. I knew when I saw the first fraction, I thought she's got no shot, but she made a huge run and just missed. I think with anything up front of her, she's going to be dangerous. I think there will be a little speed with Maida Vale in here. Closing Intentions likes to lay close, maybe Wicked Acceleration. If there's anything to run at, I think Scopa is the horse to beat. The horse I just mentioned, Closing Intentions, I have her in this spot. This is a non-winners of the year, but it also has a clause on non-winners of 4 lifetime. She just won her non-3 a couple back, ran in this race. That's another race, it was going short. They just let Danny's Chan get out in front of her and just kind of dawdle along, and she couldn't quite run her down. But she's proven herself before. She can go long. She won at this distance earlier this year already. And the third spot, I put Victoria's Spirit. A horse that won the 75 non-3. Went to 10,000 wide open against Notice Her.
Tough.
That was too tough a race for her. Now she drops into the 5,000 non-winners of the year, which will suit her very well. I got 7, 1, and 6.
Yeah, I like the 7 Scopa. As you mentioned, almost knocked this condition off last time, or a little easier, but still almost won against that slow pace.
Yeah.
Was traveling very well at the end of the race. But the 1 Closing Intentions, your second pick. Also, this horse hasn't really run a bad race all year. Hasn't missed the board. 7 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a third. So pretty, gem of consistency. And I put the 4 See Eye to Eye. This horse likes going along.
Yeah.
A lot of these horses look the same to me for third, but I like the 7 Scopa over the 1. I think 7 and 1 are your top 2. Then it's kind of muddled for third,
Yeah.
but I went 7, 1, and 4. Well, that'll do it for the analysis of the Wednesday afternoon program at Hastings. Once again, first post at 1:50. Let's take a look. We'll give you a quick recap of our selections on the Wednesday afternoon card. And here are my picks. Back in race number 1, I went to the 1, El Ciervo, 1, 7, and 2. Race number 2, the 3, Devon Way, over the 6, Burnaby Baron, and the 2, Bump Off the Top. In the third race, went to the 2, Cabo Chico, 2, 4, 7. Fourth race, number 4, Rays Reno, 4, 6, and 2. Fifth race, number 8, Copper City, over the 4 and 2. Sixth race, number 5, Joy of the Lord, over the 7 and 3. Race number 7, I went 3, 7, and 5 with Bear Rock and Roll on top. And the 8th race, 7, 1, 4 with number 7, Scopa to get the money, hopefully.
And I'm up next. There we go. In the first race, I went to number 7, Century Union, over the 1 and the 2. In the second, I went to number 1, Brother Chunky, over the 6 and the 2. In the third, I went to the 4, Arkhill, over the 5 and the 7. In the fourth, I went to the 4, Rays Reno, over the 2 and the 6. In the fifth, I agree with Mike on number 8, Copper City, over the 1 and the 4. In the sixth, I went to the 6, One's Own Accord, over the 5 and the 7. In the seventh, I went to number 2, Gamby, over the 5 and the 3. And in the nightcap, the 8th race, I went to number 7, Scopa, over the 1 and the 6.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Handicappers Corner. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, first post at 1:50. We do have 8 races on this Wednesday program, and then we shift back to Friday night at 7:15. 7 races on the Friday night program. We'll draw Friday morning for Monday, which will be a 1:50 post, the Labor Day holiday program with a couple of stakes races, the Derby Bar and Grill Express for colts and geldings, as well as for the fillies and mares. That'll be on the holiday Monday. But 8 races on tap on Wednesday. We wish everyone lots of luck. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
I'm picking Valentine, 'cause on the morning